In 2015, Honda relaunched the HR-V in the Philippine market, but many were very skeptical of it. They said it was too small, it was too low to the ground, and it didn't have all-wheel drive, at least here. But if you look around the auto market now, there's the Honda HR-V everywhere, at least in principle. Toyota, they have the Corolla Cross. Volkswagen has the T-Cross, and Geely has the Coolray. If anything, many of those models owe it to the success of the Honda HR-V. Now Honda wants their crown back. They want to reclaim it, and they aim to do it with this, the all-new third generation HR-V. To give you an idea how pioneering the Honda HR-V nameplate is, we have to flip back the calendar by 2.5 decades. It was in the late 90s that they launched the HR-V nameplate here in the Philippine market. What we have here though are two of the latest generation ones. Of course, this is generation 2. This one is also the facelift and the RS version. And this one is the new one, the 1.5V Turbo. But we'll get more details about the engine later on. But in terms of styling, clearly the difference is very easy to see. This one, they were more liberal with the curves and the creases of the vehicle. They're trying to go for a bit more sporty, a bit more young. But when you go over to the third gen, well, they went more mature, which is kind of interesting. It's like when you step up from wearing t-shirts to wearing more collared shirts. That's what Honda is going for. A little bit more maturity, and with the lines and the shape of the vehicle overall with this third gen model. But being more mature doesn't mean you have to look old. I mean, if you look at the details of the vehicle, like the headlamps, the grille, the lower bumper, many are very young and very fresh. There's even a little pulse there on the lower bumper, which looks kind of neat. Now, if you look at it from the side, in terms of size, it hasn't really changed. It's still just over 4.3 meters. Even the wheelbase hasn't changed. It's 2.61. But what did change is the way the greenhouse is, the glass. If you look at the Honda HR-V second gen and the third gen side by side, you will see that difference. But another thing that really changed is the angle of the rear glass. It actually reminds me more of a shooting brake rather than the crossover. If you look at the second gen model, you can see the difference right there. But what hasn't really changed is what Honda did to make this look like a 3-door. And they do that by tucking in the door handles right up here. Pretty neat. From that angle, you can see the striking difference with the rear of both vehicles. I mean, this one definitely looks more premium, more reserved, which is actually really nice. It kind of reminds me of either a Mazda or an Audi with the back. Now, speaking of the back, yes, these are still 5-door vehicles, and the 5th door is right here. Now, when you open that up, if you notice, the tonneau cover is clipped on to the tailgate, which is kind of different. With the previous one, it was kind of, there's a slot here for that to slide in. In terms of cargo space, it's actually quite respectable. Nothing really much between the two. And being that this is a Honda and it's a 5-door, it has a kind of secret sauce. It's called the ULT. Basically, when you fold down the rear seats, what you get is a full fold flat compartment. So that's one side, and here's the other side. Now that's kind of special to Honda because while most car companies, they go for where the rear seats just kind of fold down on a pivot, this one, the whole rear cushion goes down to the floor to give you that flat load space. That's what we like about Honda's 5 doors. It gives you that max space even with the Jazz. So enough of that, let's go take a look at the interior. To be honest with you, I was never really a big fan of the interior of this HR-V. Yes, I mean, the driving wise, it's nice because it's nicely bolstered, but a lot of the things they did inside, well, I'm not a big fan of. Like the center part, the AC controls, the digital touch panel, not a big fan of that. That non-integrated tuned-in audio unit, steering wheel, again, they could have done better, and they did for the new generation one. Now this is more like it, because you look around, Clearly, Honda spent time to make it better and make it fit a more modern lifestyle. I mean, for one, you've got a nicer 2-DIN audio unit, or I'm not even sure if it's 2-DIN, but it's more neatly integrated into this thing right here. It looks like a TV box, but it does look good. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You look at the gauge cluster. One half of it is a digital screen. The other half is your traditional speedometer. Steering wheel looks the same as the one in the Civic. It even has paddle shifters, your cruise control, the adaptive kind, more on that later. Audio controls, Bluetooth, all that kind of stuff is right here. But what I really like is how they changed the middle. Gone is that touch panel here. It's a more conventional set of knobs and buttons, which I prefer. There are also considerations made here to make it better. Like, for example, your phone has a ledge right there. I mean, that just makes sense. Power outlet there, USB, and then a data outlet here for the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Wallet, keys go there, charger there, cup holders here. You have a drive mode selector down here, electronic parking brake, brake hold. So yeah, it seems like it's something built for a more modern lifestyle. Let's look at the back now. Now, if you look at the back seat of the Honda HR-V, well, it doesn't seem like they improved that much. It's still a back seat. You do have 2 AC vents there for the rear passengers. You also get 2 charging ports, cup holders on the doors, power windows, normal stuff, nothing to write home about. But it's a good opportunity to make known some of the changes here. For example, the roof line here, you know, when in the previous HR-V, if you're a taller guy, well, not me, you would whack your head on this because of the curve of that. But now they've kind of widened it or raised it up, so it's easier to get in and out. Legroom also seems to be better, but this is also a good opportunity to show you what makes Honda 5-door special. For example, right here, well, it has the armrest down there, but if you fold down the rear seat, you see how that lower cushion goes down to the floor. That is what makes the HR-V, or actually many Honda 5-doors, very special. The ability to give you a fully flat load space. Now that we have both engine bays open, we can tell that there are a lot of differences between the two. This one has a 1.8 liter, makes just over 140 horsepower. This one is a 1.5 liter. So yes, it's smaller in displacement, but don't worry, this one is turbocharged. It makes 177 horsepower and a lot more when it comes to torque. But what we're really curious about is the HR-V S variant, because that one also has a 1.5 liter, but it's not turbocharged. If this one makes 177 horsepower, that one makes 121. So if this one has the same engine as the Civic, that one has the same engine as the City. We're very curious to see how that one gets along with this kind of body size. Regardless of which variant you choose, both come with CVTs and both are front-wheel drive. There are actually a lot more improvements in the new Honda HR-V. I mean, they're really focusing on comfort. Because, like, for example, the rear fender liners, these are still felt like the previous one. It makes it quieter when cruising. But overall, with the attention to detail with the interior, it's very much different, very much improved. One thing they really changed here, and it's not really so obvious, is the angle of the A-pillar and the windshield. If you look in the previous one, it's very aggressive. It's almost like very, very slanted. This one, it's a bit reduced. What that does is it gives you more headroom when you're getting in and out. If you're a taller individual, clearly not me. It also reduces the glass area so you don't burn your thighs when you're driving. I know I've experienced that with the HR-V before without tint. The other thing is that they're now really focusing on collision avoidance technology, aka Honda sensing. I mean, you still have your ABS, stability control, traction control, that kind of thing, but this one has adaptive cruise control, the lane assist where it actually follows the lane. It also has the low speed follow, which you can use even in EDSA traffic. So if that's your kind of thing, you're gonna appreciate this, even though they did make the name of the vehicle longer because it now has Honda sensing appended to the whole name. Now we come to the important bit. The price. The HRV 1.5S non-turbo, it starts at 1.25 million. Yes, it's a bit pricey. This one, the 1.5V turbo with the Honda sensing, actually both have Honda sensing. This one retails for 1.598. So yes, almost 1.6. There is supposed to be an RS variant that hasn't been launched yet, but we expect it to be considerably more. Maybe 1.7, hopefully not 1.8. Let us know what you think of the pricing of the Honda HRV in the comments below, and stand by for a review of this coming up in the near future.